Welcome back, gamers of all variety, to some more Robocraft here with me, Wraulin. Today we're going to be looking at some builds I've made over the past week and a half or so. I've been kind of on a Robocraft kick. We did get a new patch the other week too, which is just giving us now loading screens and kind of put me into a creative mode. I like to build a lot of my own robots, and so this episode, all the robots that you see are going to be something that I've created from scratch, or a rendition, a new model basically of an old design that I've used in the past. This one here was just kind of for fun. It was a test. It's called, I think, the Alien Tail or something like that, but it's a healer build, sort of like the Electromantis, trying to use those props to get this thing to fly around well, but I found that the props, if you don't get them perfectly set in there, they seem to have like an up lift along with their forward momentum, so you can end up spinning out a ground robot, especially, I found, and then hovers too if you're not real careful. But it was kind of fun to play with this, a little bit beefier using those electroplates on the side. But my first official robot I wanted to show you guys is the old Electromantis. I pulled it back out and I've dusted it off. This is the one that had the blink module in it last time we played, and I took off some of the lasers and just kept with the plasma devastators, and the nanos, of course, because it's a healing robot. And I've been kind of thinking to myself, you know, what is the advantage really of having some of these electroplates? Is it worth having it all? You certainly can play it for the challenge if you want to, but electroplates have a lot of seeming weaknesses, especially to things like nanos, which do show up occasionally in the game on people's aircrafts and stuff like that, which can be frustrating if you're in a really light shell bot. Now, in this particular version of Electromantis, is not such a problem because I have the blink module to get away, and I'm also a little beefier on the underside of my armor, whereas some of the other Electromantis you're going to see coming up here in a second are a lot lighter weight, and they're under, in some cases, even under 750 CPU. So that makes it great for healing output because you have so much energy, but it makes it really super tough if you go up against someone with a well-placed sniper shot or nano, or some of the new Tesla lawnmowers, which have really been plaguing Robocraft lately. I've noticed a lot of people playing them. Almost every game we have those Teslas, so we'll see how that evens out. I actually had an idea on a great way to take care and balance some of the Teslas. I think if they modify electroplates, which they need to do anyway, and made the electroplate resistant to Tesla blades or immune to damage from Tesla blades, I think that would take care of a lot of problems. A lot of people find the mech legs kind of lackluster, and electroplates too, as they don't really seem as good as regular blocks, of which you can get, as you don't get all of your CPU, or all your hit points rather, back to you as soon as the plate regenerates. You have to also wait for the shield to come back up. So a lot of people would just now stick with blocks, where as before, electroplates were a little more viable, I think, in the old game, especially before nanos kind of came in. For speedy builds and stuff like that. Now, the idea with these Electromantis is, you know, you're not going to stand there and tank it out. You're just going to keep moving and healing your allies and stuff like that, and be a hard target. And then occasionally with the new game too, I have SMGs on, or in this case plasma, on most of my vehicles. Now here's another version of the Electromantis. This is the now 7E instead of the 7 Mark III. The 7E is basically E for energy. It's only 800 and some odd CPU, so about half of what the other 7 is. It doesn't have any modules, but the whole idea is to conserve that CPU to have a lot more energy, so you can heal up several teammates really quickly. I like using 4 of the constructors on these little lightweight builds. Yes, they're not super power efficient, but healing a teammate back up when he's being shot almost instantly has its perks for sure. And not only that, but healing also overclocks the quickest right now too, especially in Battle Arena or Team Deathmatch. We also have a special game mode they put out. It's a elimination, which uses a lot of the older parts. And there is no regenerative healing in the new game mode that's out for about another half a week or so. So healers are especially useful there too. That's kind of when I got back on my kick of making some Electromantis. Here you see a little error I ran into with the game freezing again. This was after they put in the patch that supposedly fixed it, so it's not 100% worked out yet, but I'm sure they are currently working on improving and fixing this. Alright, so if the 7E wasn't small enough for you, I have one that's under 750 CPU too, called Electromantis 1. This is a brand new design, not a remake on an older model. On this one I went with 4 of the laser disintegrators, 4 of the nano constructors, and it's under 750 CPU. And up until 750 CPU in your robots, you only lose 1 energy per CPU. So this has over 19,000 energy on board for healing and for firing its lasers, which is great for taking down towers and really great for assisting allies. And it's kind of a fun challenge too. There's lots of stuff out there right now in Robocraft that will get you, especially the Tesla lawnmowers, which I see in almost every game that I play right now. Some kind of cloaked Tesla. So that will pretty much insta-kill this thing if it catches you and you don't hear it and you don't outmaneuver it in time. And then nanos too, of course, they strip electroplates out super quickly. That's one of the reasons why I like to see electro shields or electroplates be reworked and maybe be more resistant against Teslas. I think that would be a great solution. It also fixes the problem with mech legs not being as desirable if they were better against Tesla blades. And maybe even, leave the nanos in there as kind of a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. But that could be a good solution. I know right now Free Jam is working on putting together a brand new BA mode, maybe a 5-man platoon BA mode, and maybe changing the way that the captured tower system works too, according to Mark, as I read earlier today on Twitter. He's looking into that, so that should be kind of interesting. So the electroplay changes and stuff will probably take a back seat, but hopefully they won't wait too long to do it. I did get a chance to play with some of the people from our community and also some of the people from Atlas Core, as you see here, and had a lot of fun. So thank you to everybody I played with, and you might even find yourself in one of my video clips. Here's another little example of how well this thing heals, and then still have energy left over to fire. But what does a modern healer look like? One without electroplates and one kind of improved in every way. Also improved the thrusters on this too, as only the big ones really give you the maximum momentum now. So this is kind of what I came up with. 5 hovers, it has 5 of the disintegrators and 4 of the constructors on it. And then I put some cosmetic stuff on top too, just to make it look a little nicer. Speedometer, of course, radar jammer. So at this point in its creation, it was still a prototype, but eventually I call this the Patriot Combat Medic. And yes, you can find this on the shop, along with all the other robots that you see played here today if you're interested. They'll all be underneath the Wraulin account. I'll go ahead and put the spelling of the account name down in the description below if you want to check it out. Just look up my player name on the CRF and you can see some of the things I've been up to here in the video. One of the things I like about these mid-CPU healers too is you're really a lot more tanky than you would be with electroplates. Now, granted, this guy's not the best of shots here, but I'm able to take a couple plasma shots, a couple SMG shots, and still be able to fight and get out of that area without taking a death. So that was nice, and then regenerate out here and go back in and save some more people. We ended up having a pretty quick match there, but I still pulled out a nice little victory. Here's another match I played afterward where I also did pretty well in it too. Just kind of this level being a perfect setting for having cover against air units, and then we had so many mechs on the team too. It's just easy to quickly heal everybody up, so it makes it really nice, really easy. And this is a lot of fun. I didn't put any extra frills in this one. There's no modules or anything like that, but the extra armor in the way of blocks and stuff and extra hovers, redundancy and stuff makes it pretty good. And it does self-correct pretty easily too if you get tipped over, which does seem to happen quite often when on the ground. I also made a little healing tank, which I'm probably not going to be showing in this episode, because I just feel like tanks really are not viable with the Teslas and stuff like that. You just can't get away from. And being forced to take plasma shots directly and stuff like that still makes me think that if your vehicle touches the ground most or all of the time, then it's probably a mistake. So I recommend going Sprinter mech legs if you want something that touches the ground some of the time, because at least they can jump out of the way. Hovers definitely, and then drones and planes and stuff like that are a little bit better in the competitive scene at least. If you're just playing for fun, of course, wheels, tracks, no problem, but I did make a healing tank, but I'm not going to be showing that off as I just don't have time in this episode really to show off everything I was up to, and I don't feel like tanks are really as viable as other movement factors. Here we have the Iota Battle Mech. This is what I put together for a walker style of the Patriot Battle Medic. This one here has the ability to super jump and also has a blink module inside and is only 1100 CPU. So for that extra 90, I think it's well worth it to go this way. You also have a radar jammer and a radar, of course. And with that extra ability to get airborne or to blink across to safety, it is definitely probably my favorite of my new healers, which isn't surprising as I really have been into sprinter mechs for a while. And I also found that using just 6 of the upward cheetah thrusters seemed to get you airborne pretty well now. I think before I used to put about 8 on my sprinter mechs, but of course they were a little bit more CPU intensive, so I've kind of found the sweet spot is 6. So pretty happy with the performance on this. Great healing, great damage output. You don't have any redundancy, so you have to kind of utilize your movement and utilize your ability to get away quickly and fly away. But because you get that extra energy, I think it's definitely worth it, as you can keep people alive, like this example here where you got Lawnmower coming in and you're able to heal them back all the way up and let the guy retaliate and come out with the victory, which is sweet. Guys, I want to take this moment here real quick to remind you guys to subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet, and there's also a brand new thing on YouTube now for notifications. So if you wanted to get an update in your email or something like that, you can be notified now when I post something new. If you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And this is a little bit different kind of video, as I'm mostly just showing off my builds and stuff like that, but I'd had some fun and I thought you guys might like to see what I've been into. I think for my next video, I have an idea. I think I want to build something live and then to see what we come up with. I have a concept or two, and I wanted to build something with a walker sniper kind of thing with a shield module and maybe some nanos. So I'll probably do that next time we play live. I've also had some of you guys asking me about covering drone. Yes, I know about drone. I've been getting emails like a lot of the other YouTubers you might watch for Robocraft, and I'm looking forward to the game, but I'm not doing any videos as of yet until I can actually get my hands on the game, or I see some kind of exclusive material. I'm probably going to hold off on covering it, so I'm kind of waiting for it to go open, I guess, beta and or closed beta even, and see if I can get into it then. Then you'll see some drone stuff from me. In other news too, Galactic Junk League is now free to play on Steam. Game real similar to Robocraft in nature. If you haven't checked that out before, I definitely would recommend it. This vehicle here that you see me playing now, this is my new Ion Distorter mech. It's called the Omicron Combat Mech, and something that I wanted to build, as these seem to be pretty popular right now, but I knew I could make one a little bit better, so I went ahead and added the blink module, and I made it a enhanced jump bot too. Just 4 upward thrusters, so it doesn't have quite the same level of jump as some of the other ones, but it's still a lot better than just normal and gets the job done, especially at higher overclocks. And then I put some of those vaporizers on it to be able to strip crystals pretty quickly and still conserve energy for those ion distorters. So that's kind of what I went into it, and I did pretty good in this game here. I got with 13-3, more deaths than I normally like. And then finally here, I have a helicopter I put together. I wanted, again, to use something with a Mega Plasma, a blink module, and kind of splice all the important pieces together. So, you know, right there, that's 585 CPU. So it makes it kind of hard to make a lean helicopter. So I just went with 2 of the rotors on top, and then I put 3 hover blades kind of in a triangular formation. So if you end up getting shot down, like here, where I lose my stabilizing rotor, I can land and at least hover around to safety. And that blink also kind of saves me sometimes too. So just something lean, something kind of fun. And so I'll put this up too. I called this the, I think, Falcon helicopter. So if you just look up my name again, you'll be able to see all the robots that I have in this video today. Here's me getting a little revenge on this guy with his shotguns. And I'm probably lucky that there wasn't too many flak mechs in this one. It was mostly just people with nanos and people with shotguns and stuff like that. So, or Protoseekers rather. So we ended up doing pretty well in this one too, and I got a chance to play with Axel. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for checking out the episode. Appreciate it very much. And let me know what you guys think of Robocraft. There has been, I noticed, quite a few bugs in Robocraft lately, some of them which I thought had already been fixed. And then we got some new ones now too with game freezes, but it's still one of my favorite games for a block-based game, and I have a lot of fun just kind of getting creative. So like I said, next time I play a Robocraft game, it's going to be a live build, and I have something in mind, and we'll just build it together on camera. Anyway, guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my very next one. Later.